Hello everyone. Today we're going to have a look at Pygame. It's going to be a very simple program to start with. The only thing we're going to do is show a picture on the screen, a sprite, just like we used to do with Scratch, but this time in Python. And that's it. That's the only thing we're going to do. Now, I've decided to use a Pokeball as a sprite to put on the screen. So I've actually downloaded one from the internet. You can do the same thing. And it's a very nice one, as you can see. And I called it Pokeball.png. That's the file format. So if you can't find the ball, please let me know. I'll send it to you. Now, since this is about a Pokeball, I'm going to call my program Pokeball as well. So right click, new Python file, Pokeball.py. Oh, we don't need .py. Just press OK. First thing we're going to do is import Pygame because we need it as a library. In case you don't have it, you will see it right away because your import Pygame statement here will be underlined in red. You would have to install it. Open a terminal in Windows or Mac OS or Linux and type pip install Pygame and press enter. That should do it. It should take a while, and after that is finished, you can continue with the tutorial. Now, as I explained before, Pygame is like a cartoon. You have to keep on showing pictures on the screen, and we're going to do that in a loop, in a while loop, an endless loop, which will go on forever while true. And before the loop starts, we're going to set up our screen. Our screen will be 800 by 800 pixels. It's a tuple. Notice how we use a tuple. Second step, use the size of the screen to actually make the screen pop up. Screen equals Pygame display set mode and size. You could call this screen size if you want, but to make it simple today we call it size. Now let me remove the while loop and right click and see what happens. You could see a screen pop up there for just a few seconds. That is because, like with a cartoon, we have to show multiple pictures continuously. So how do we do that? Add a while loop, while true, and what we have to do is Pygame dot display dot flip the page basically, and that is enough to keep, you know, flipping to the next picture, which is empty for now, of course. And yes, we can see a black 800 by 800 Pygame window. Now clicking here won't help, won't make it stop. There's just nothing we can do about it for now. I'm going to teach you soon. So for now we just go to our PyCharm debug area here and click the red button to stop it. Well, what can we show? First of all, we're going to give the screen a color. Screen which is the screen that we declared here, and we're gonna fill it up with a color. And this color could be, for example, it's RGB, so no red, green all the way, no blue. So now we got ourselves a color, and we put it here. And in the loop, every time we loop through, it will paint the whole screen green. Press play, and you can see that that is actually happening. Right, kill it again. Next thing we need is a picture. I've downloaded our Pokeball. It's right here, pokeball.png. So let's call it ball equals pygame.image.load, which means that you load a file from your hard drive with a picture, and I called it pokeball.png, so you just type the full name. So that actually takes the picture and loads it into our program, but that doesn't put it on the screen yet. See, if I run it now, the picture isn't actually here. That's because we have to blit the picture, the surface, to our screen. And how do we do that? Screen. Instead of filling it, we do a blit. And what are we going to blit? We blit the ball. Now, as I explained in earlier tutorials, we need the rectangle for the ball. So let's say we call this rectangle ball underline rectangle. How do we get the rectangle? Ball rectangle equals ball get rect. All right, and let's see how that goes. And voila, we got the Pokeball on our screen. Now, in order to move this ball to another location, we could add another, we can modify part of the rectangle. For example, ball rectangle dot x equals 50. Well, let's say equals 100. That will move the actual ball position 100 pixels to the right. Let's look at that. And we can do the same thing for y and so on. Now, what if we wanted to slowly move the ball over the screen? We could do ball rectangle equals ball rectangle move. How about we move, there's x and y that we can move. We can move it down, so we don't move the y part, which is 0. And we're going to slowly move the ball across the y-axis at a speed of 1. Let's see what happens. Here we go. And the ball is off the screen because we haven't actually created a mechanism to stop that. Here you go. That was it for your first Pygame lesson.